meal prep some potato desserts. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Rose. I am an online health and fitness coach for women, and if you are interested in working with me, link below for all the information. In today's video, we will be meal prepping 3 different desserts, and I will be talking about the importance of not only tracking, but actually hitting your macros. So a lot of people now are thinking about macros, and they just start tracking everything that they're eating, and they think that they are actually hitting the macros that they need to be. But if your macros are not set up tailored to the goal that you want, then it's no surprise that you're gonna be doing all this work tracking your macros and you're not gonna see anything happen. If your macros are set up properly, if you are putting in the work, if you are being consistent, then week to week, you should see progress, whether it is gaining muscle, whether it is shredding fat. But if you feel like you are being consistent with what you think you should be doing, and it's been 2 weeks, then you should really reevaluate if the macros you have in there are actually correct. So how do you know what macros you should be hitting? Macros make up calories. So you need to determine how many calories you need to eat to either gain muscle, maintain your weight right now, or lose fat. Then what you can do is take an average of the calories, set your protein where it needs to be for your body weight and your goals, set your fat where it needs to be for your personal preference and the recommended for yourself, and then the carbs are the rest. And then you can just do that for 2 weeks and assess if you are making progress. And if you're not, I would recommend researching it, or of course working with a coach that could guide you to your goal a lot faster. Because there is nothing more frustrating than putting all of this work in and it not being to the right strategy. So definitely take the time to assess that what you're doing is actually where it needs to be. And then if it is, if you're consistent, then you are going to be able to see super fast, super efficient progress. Now let's get into the video. I have been obsessed with my Japanese sweet potato blondies. However, if you only have regular sweet potatoes, you can make my brownies, which is the exact same recipe, but with cocoa powder. So I washed these guys, let's roast them, and then come back and we will start to make the blondies. After they are all nice and scrubbed, we are going to put them in the oven. I personally like using foil and just poking the 2 holes on either side and then wrapping it in the foil. The other method is to just put them on a sheet of parchment paper. However, I feel like it gets a little too crispy for me. I personally like the foil. It will be all nice and caramelized and literally dripping of potato juice when you take it out of the oven. Okay, so step 1 is putting the mixing bowl on your food scale, zeroing it out, and then adding in your ingredients. So I added in my mashed sweet potato and I imported the weight of that into my fitness pal. So now I am measuring out my peanut butter and my date paste to add to the sweet potatoes. So all I did is put the jar of date paste on the scale and subtracted 60 grams from the total, and that is what I am going to be adding. Really do this in 2 ways. You could keep the bowl on here and then just tear every individual ingredient that you add, or you can put the whole jar of what you're using and then just subtract from what the scale is telling. All of the ingredients are going to be put into the recipe feature in my Fitness Pal while we are making it. And then I will show you guys what I do with the final product. So the second thing that we are gonna dessert prep is protein truffles. This is the exact same recipe actually as the cookies from my previous video, but instead of baking them, we are just going to freeze them. What I did now was weigh the total dough, which is 360 grams. I know to fit my macros, I wanna have 24 balls. So I just divided that and got 15. So I'm going to be weighing out 15 grams per ball. using these medjool date containers that I use to store my freezer desserts. One more dessert, you guys. My neighbor texted me that he is home and he just followed my YouTube channel, so sweet potato brownies coming up. This is the exact same recipe as the blondies with the sweet potato as the base, but we are gonna add in cocoa powder to make them chocolate. Alright you guys, I hope that you enjoyed me seeing meal prep 3 desserts, talking a little bit about macros in MyFitnessPal, and if you have any questions or anything you want to see, leave a comment below, and thank you so much for watching.